2, and 1. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Talk Your Shift. I am Mel.
Introduce me, I'm shy.
And that over there
that thing
is Dom. Say hello to the people, Dom.
Hello to the people.
Wonderful. Okay. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not, hey. Hey, welcome back. Thank you for coming. So if you're new here, what we like to do is we like to talk about life. We like to be a little silly. We like to inspire. We like to talk. That's just it. Straight up. Yeah, exactly. We like to talk. So, I usually kick off the episode with a couple of really cool memes that I've come across in my feeds. So something inspiring or something, thought-provoking or whatever. So today I have 2 memes for us. The first one is, sometimes you have to forget what you feel and remember what you deserve. Life isn't improved by chance. It's improved by change. And that's by Shane Steele, Natural Origin. And
damn. That one fucking hits. You read that and my face went like this. I was like,
am I calling you out?
A little bit.
And the second one is, move different if you want different. Old keys will never open new doors.
I feel attacked.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you feel attacked?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Tell me about it.
I'm at a stage in my life this past week where I thought that my life was going to be one way, and it drastically is not going to be on that timeline. It could still be on that timeline. Only the heavens know. But, yeah. Well, without getting into too much of it.
I understand. It's all
yeah.
good.
Yeah, so something just happened, and
life's kicking her ass a little bit right now, guys, but it's personal. So we just gonna let you know it's kicking her ass a little bit. So send some love and some positive vibes her way.
Thanks. Yeah, my world got rocked, y'all.
Said doo, doo, doo.
Literally, I thought I was going left, and they were like, right. So
yes,
I'm just like, I feel like the Mr. Crab memes where he's like. That's what I
think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, where he's like shocked, like what is going on?
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to adjust and cope to what is my new reality. You know?
Yeah, no, I feel you on that.
Yeah,
change is difficult, especially when it's unexpected.
Yeah,
but
yeah, man.
But things happen, and
That's true.
shitty things happen, and sometimes it is for the better, as annoying as that is. Or,
yeah.
But, you learn through it, and then you come out on the other side, like, better. Or at least understanding, you know what I mean? You don't even have to, even though I feel like sometimes with understanding you're better, you become better, but that isn't necessarily true, because there's sometimes where I understand and I'm like, I can't do better. I can't do better. Like, forgive me, but I can't do better. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Like, I understand, but I don't like it. And I'm not necessarily going to change how I feel. Like, example being, if somebody makes me upset and I'm like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm just not at the point where I can forgive or have like a conversation or be civil or whatever. Not saying I'm gonna because I'm not really confrontational. I wouldn't have like an attitude, but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna be reaching out to say like, hey, like, because that's just not how I am. If we not cool, then, or I'm upset about something, it's kind of difficult for me to like reach out. If it's something I think is not going to be heard with compassion, or like met with at least trying to understand and come to an agreement. Yeah. Then I'm just gonna stay away. Like that's just kind of how I am.
Yeah.
But if I think it's something that we can work out, I'll be nervous about the conversation for sure. But I feel like I can do that a lot better. So
yeah,
that's just me.
No, I agree. Because of this personal thing that's going on, a lot of people have showed me love and been there, and it has been nice to be received with open arms, because I feel like I started going into a downward spiral with my depression, and I wasn't communicating that much, especially with my friends, because I just started to go into this hermit type of phase. I would still talk to them, but I just wasn't engaging the way that I was, and I would still show up in the group chat, but it would be not as frequent. And I mean, I'm already a shitty texter. Like I will text you back in like 3 days, and I will pick the conversation up like normal. It's just how I am. I'm not proud of it.
You say that, but I really don't think you're a terrible texter. I know other people that are absolutely horrendous, and like you're okay. You're okay.
I literally respond hours later.
Hours is fine. Sometimes people don't fucking get back to me for a week.
Okay, I'm not that bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what? I've done that with Dylan. But
I
Nick.
feel like
Dylan
that's acceptable because Dylan's been around
is
for
like
forever.
that too. Dylan's like that too, but with Nick. So Nick always laughs, and he's like, "Happy you made it." Because like I'll respond like 2 weeks later, be like, "Oh shit, yeah." So I think that's a good game plan. Yeah, we can do wing night at your house with the whole group. And he's like, "Cool." Like, thank you for responding weeks later. But no, I respond. Sometimes I respond like next day, and I pick it up as if the conversation was happening as normal. But either way, I just have not been as present as I have in the past. And because of this personal thing that was going on, I reached out to in my close circles, and everyone has just been super, super good about being there and being understanding and holding space for me to just cry or just feel whatever I'm feeling, even if they don't agree, just get it out. Or if I'm confused with how I'm feeling, or I may be saying one thing 1 second and then saying something else in the next, because our emotions come in waves.
Yeah. And
when you're healing, it's not linear. It's going to be cyclical. So one of my managers I spoke to about what happened, and she's just been really, really awesome. So shout out to you, Mosa, if you're watching.
Shout out to Mosa.
Yeah. Oh my God, I should call her Mimosa.
That's genius.
Yes, okay, I saw a slight disapproval.
No, that's not disapproval.
Okay.
That's fatigue.
All right. But yeah, so I spoke with her, and have been speaking with her, and she's been really awesome about just checking in, and especially while I'm at work, because unfortunately that's how society is, and work is work. Yeah. So I'm like literally crying in the command center. Like I'm like this, just trying to keep it together. And I had to fucking train a kid this week. So like
you're like, so this is how you clock in?
Yeah, literally. Like I felt it's funny. It's funny. Like, see, this goes with our other episode of being able to laugh at yourself. And I think I would feel if it was someone else going through it and I saw it, I would feel so bad. But because it's me, and if I had the opportunity to be a ghost and watch myself, I would just laugh, because I'd be like, damn. Like, I'm like trying to talk to a girl, and I'm like, so, are you able to cover the shift? And, yeah, so anyway, my manager just has been really good about holding space while at work, so I don't feel alone, or that I feel I can't express my emotions, because it's not good to suppress, and I suppress a
and
lot.
work, depending on where you work, like some people are like, keep it the fuck together.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
which does happen with certain like things.
Oh yeah.
But like I remember, not to cut you off, to cut off for just like a split second.
No.
I remember like when I was at a different place of understanding like people and their pain and stuff like that and like what they're going through. I remember like there were times where I was just like, you need to keep that shit together, like if you're working these particular jobs, because it was clearly affecting their work, and I was getting frustrated as like a customer. Not that here's the thing, I'm never gonna be like, I'm never gonna be rude to like a person that's doing a service for me.
Of course.
But in the back of my mind, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like I wasn't being as gentle with them because society doesn't allow you those spaces at work. Like, to be in a capitalistic society means like that you got to keep it together and just go the fuck to work because we all need money, because we need to eat, and we got to, put a roof over our heads and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so the fact that you have like a spot that you can do that.
Yeah.
And still get paid, bitch.
Oh my
God.
It's
good.
I just like, because it took place, like, not late at night, but pretty much late at night. Like, it took place Monday night into Tuesday morning, and I got about like 45 minutes of sleep. And I go into work at like 6, and I know my job is very understanding, but I'm also the new kid on the block, and I know that it is a professional atmosphere. Like, we have fun, but at the end of the day, business is business. So I just was not okay the whole day at work. I mean, still not okay, but, that comes with healing, and, like, it's something so fresh. Like, it happened this week, so, like, But
you were allowed at least that space, so, like, you can, like, take a moment for yourself and then get back to work. Whereas, like, if you weren't allowed that, then you would just be holding on to that shit all shift, and then you wouldn't even be as efficient.
Yeah, and I was kind of scared of that, so at the end of my shift, I went upstairs to talk to the HR lady, because, who's not going to understand more than HR? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I went upstairs to talk to her, because she's just such a sweetheart and so just accepting, and I just needed a hug. That's literally all I felt. I was like, I just need a hug right now. Like, that's all I need. Like, please, somebody just doesn't, you don't have to hold me. Like, I just need even something quick. You know what I'm saying? Like a little
quick compression.
Yeah. And I knocked on her door. And to make a long story short, she's just been very good about letting me have that opportunity at work and holding that space for me because you can't shut off your emotions.
Yeah.
But, I mean, sometimes at work you have to, and that's pretty much what I do, because
compartmentalizing is hard.
Yeah, I have to get my shit fucking done, but, I can send her a text, or she comes downstairs and she'll check on me and everything, and she pretty much just told me that today. This morning she came by, and she's fucking sick, bro. She like got us acai bowls. She hates acai bowls, but she got us acai bowls because I like them, and she tried it for the first time. She hates it, but whatever. And she just pretty much told me that it's okay to understand where someone's coming from, but to still feel hurt. And when she said that, like, I knew that was something that could be done, but I just felt so confused. Listen, it's normal, and I feel like it would not be normal if I wasn't crying about this. Like I said, I have my good waves, my bad waves.
I'd be nervous if you weren't upset.
Right?
I'd be like, you good?
Yeah.
Like, do I need to stay with you? Like, that's how I would be.
Yeah. So I was just like really scared of being alone. So
girl, I'm still mourning the same stuff.
Yeah.
I think to a different capacity, like, because new things pop up from like, it's almost as if you mourn differently as time goes on, because a new aspect of this thing pops up, and you're like, damn. Okay, well, now this is sad. So, all right, let's process this part. Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
Yum, 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 yum. So, Sorry. No, I get it. It take time, and I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah, just trying to roll with them punches and just accept the fact of change. Like your meme said.
Ooh, change is hard. Yeah. I love this shit right here. Sometimes you have to forget what you feel and remember what you deserve. Bitch. Now let's clarify something. I picked the second one first for this episode. This one was in the folder of all the stuff that I find, and I was flipping through to find a second one, and this is the one that popped up, and I was like, oh, yeah, this the one. It's but it's true, you know true what and I tricky. Mean? Because I'm trying to Carlton and I always talk about just things, right? Improving things or whatever, and it's so very interesting because there'll be times where I have to do something, right? Or not that I have to do something, but that in order to get to another level, I have to do this very difficult thing. Yes. And when I tell you I'm screaming and kicking and full emotional tantrum all the way through this thing. Yeah. Because it A, hurts, or B, it's just really, really uncomfortable. Yeah. And so I get the ignore what you feel because I feel like it can be taken in so many different ways, right? Yeah. So ignore what you feel. So could be as simple as, well, I'm in love with this toxic person. Yeah. Instead of realizing I deserve a better person. Mm-hmm. And then, or and then in this particular way that I'm interpreting it is the feeling of I don't wanna. Yeah.
And that's how I feel with the situation exactly. At moments. I'm like, well, I don't want to accept that this is my reality right now. Growth will stem from this situation.
Oh, 1,000%.
It's so hard sometimes because it's forget what you're feeling right now. You need to think about what you need, what you deserve. And I mean, at the end of the day, what does everyone deserve? Everyone deserves to be happy and healthy.
But it's just going to suck for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why. And the other thing, too, is the other one was old keys don't open new doors. I'm like, damn. Because, and it's changing your habit, right?
Yes.
Changing your habits and changing your mindset and changing, even something as simple as how you talk to people. Yeah. So, something so simple. I don't do it as often anymore, but tone used to it used to bother me. I expected that if you were going to ask something or you needed to talk about something, that you would be able to control your tone or whatever, no snapping or no, any of that kind of stuff. Whereas, now it's okay, I can understand where this person is coming from. And so I feel just changing the way you communicate with people and with yourself is a new way to just, I guess, take care of yourself in a certain kind of way, because it's how you talk to people and how do you talk about people, which is why I have a problem with people who are rude to servers. Yeah. Or people that working behind the counter. Yeah. I'm just saying that I'm realizing that because I talk to people different. Yeah. It allows you to talk to yourself differently. Sure. That doesn't always happen, right? Because how many times am I stupid bitch to myself, right? Yeah. And Carlton gets on me about that. He's just you're not stupid, and I'm just you're right. I just was a little silly for a second, and so I'm trying to correct the way that I speak to myself. But I'm way more conscious of how I talk to other people. If I word vomit every once in a while and shove my foot in my mouth, is that what it is? Yeah. It's an accident. Just let me know and I will fix that. But there are some people that I noticed, and I'm just noticing a correlation, right? That people in my life that their journey has kind of come to a still part. As far as healing goes, I noticed that the way they talk about people and the way they talk to people, it seems like it blocks them from having empathy or compassion, even in small moments of inconvenience.
Yeah.
You know? And I'll be the first to be like, well, you got to understand, like, what if this or what if that? Like, yeah. Because that's a person.
Of course.
You know? Mm-hmm. So, and I noticed that, like, I feel like the talking and the communicating in that kind of way really affects growth like that, you know? So.
For real.
Because think about it, too, right? If that's how you fucking talk to people, how are you talking to yourself?
That is such a big thing, because some of the unhappiest people that I know, and not just say like unhappy with, oh, I'm unhappy with my job, or I'm unhappy with the car I drive, or I'm unhappy with, my living situation.
Like they don't have joy.
They just lack joy and severely lack internal joy. Mm-hmm. Like it's no longer just, I'm not happy with external things. Like, no, there's an internal thing going on. Excuse me. And I've just noticed that when people lack that compassion internally, externally, it's like just menacing. It's just menacing how they speak to other people and how they treat other people. But then simultaneously, if you think about it, it's shocking, because if that's, like you said, if that's what you're saying to yourself, if that's what you're saying to other people, what are you saying to yourself? Granted, there's some people who just think they're the shit and everyone else is below them, but some people don't realize that when you start saying things to yourself like that, it spews out.
And you're capable of just hurting anybody.
And you're capable of just hurting anyone. So sometimes when someone is coming at you a little sideways, maybe ask them, are you okay?
I do that sometimes.
And it's not a condescending thing where it's like,
no,
you okay?
I don't say that. I'd be like, did something happen?
Yeah.
Like that.
When I turn to left,
like that, I feel like, did something happen today? Because you seem off.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'll say.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh, well, the blah, blah. And I was like,
Yeah, you get the ball rolling. Mm-hmm. You get the ball rolling.
I knew it, because this energy and this tone is like, ugh, I don't like it. Like, what's up with this? Yeah. I just walked into the room.
For real. For
yeah.
real. So many people really do just vomit all their internal shit onto other people.
It's horrible.
And are so nasty. And what's so crazy is sometimes they don't even realize they're being nasty, because that they have a hostile internal state. So how is your external state going to be much different?
Yeah. If anything, it's worse, because it's just like, they not you. So like, you going to be not going to hold you're not going to hold anything back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, who the fuck is that? That's some stranger on the street. Like, yeah, it's wild. So, but I've noticed that Carlton has definitely helped me with understanding, because I think one of the first things that we started working on when we got together was my anger. And with that, when I started handling my anger, I started just listening more, you know what I mean?
Major.
I was able to be more quiet and like really take other people into account. It gets tricky sometimes, because the tricky part of that also, the flip side of being an empath is, when do you know when to be like, okay, that was disrespectful, I'm going to stand, on what I'm saying right now and defend myself, and like, when do you be like, they're going through it, I hope that they're okay, I'm not going to take it personally. And I feel like Carlton would say you don't take any of it personally because it's not you.
That's what I was going to say is you can't take any of it personally, of course. Unless you did do something and then maybe you did deserve that kind of reaction because maybe you were coming at them sideways, but you know, maybe you did something and then they took it a little bit too far and both parties could be like, all right, we were wrong, but you don't take any of that shit personally unless you did genuinely do something, or if you're having a conversation with the person and they're telling you, hey, you did this and it made me feel this way.
Yeah. Oh, if somebody straight out like, there's no way for me to not like, okay, accountable 1,000% if you tell me like something like is wrong. But ooh, girl, like I think that was the thing that Carlton and I had like the biggest discussions about. Not taking any of it personally.
Yeah.
And I would be like, well, how do I know when I'm supposed to stand up for myself? Because there was a big part of me it finds it very difficult to stand up for myself, you know? So I would tell Carlton, I'm like, well, when do I do that? Like, how do I gauge if somebody's in my face? Like, or like somebody says something about my character or somebody says something about my family, like, what do you, like, when do I, and it's like a case-by-case thing, and Carlton is just like, none of it applies to you.
Yeah.
None of it applies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, none of it?
No, it's
I can't
true.
say nothing about none of it. And he's just like, no, because, like, and he'll say that, like, your internal voice says the meanest stuff to you, right?
Of course.
If you hear what you say on the inside, on the outside, that's when the trigger pops up. Because you say it all the time on the inside, and it's okay for you to say it to yourself.
Yeah.
But when you hear it from an external source, and it's like because you believe it to a degree, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when this person says this thing about you or says this thing to you or whatever, yeah, you take that shit personally because you've been telling yourself that for the past, like, what, 5 years, you know?
For real.
So that can be really difficult to navigate.
Yeah.
So I do my affirmations every day. I try to be a lot more gentle with myself.
Yeah.
And it's definitely been a process, but I do little things here and there to take care of myself. I go to the gym. I have my cup of coffee or my cup of tea, you know? I do my little smokes.
Yeah.
And take a shower because that is, let me tell you something. My favorite part of the day.
Can I guess?
Besides, sure.
Showering.
Well, yeah. My favorite part of the day is literally when I'm gonna paint a picture for any of my potheads out there.
Paint for me? Well, I'm not a pothead, but
I know, right?
But paint for me.
So it's the afternoon, right? The sun is shining. You've just had breakfast, and the house is quiet, and you go smoke either outside amongst the trees or hiding in your bathroom with the window open, however you get it done. And then you play affirmations loud and calming. And then you turn the shower on and the room starts to steam up and you just hop in there and you wash your hair and you just feel the warmth of the water just like soaking through all of just your body and you scrub your scalp really nice. And I love a good scalp scrub, you know?
love a good scrub.
And then you exfoliate real nice, like you're just listening and vibing, right?
Yeah.
And then you turn it off and then you just walk out and you're like, ooh, that was nice. Then you put on, because I stay home, you put on a pair of comfy ass sweatpants.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, you could take like a 10-15 minute nap. If you're lucky.
I was gonna say, you're speaking from motherhood.
Yeah. If not, you just take a moment to just sit on your phone while the kid is just playing on the floor, just busy messing with books and shit, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And you just have a moment to just breathe, right? Yeah. And it's like, oh, that's my shit. That's how I take care of me. That's how I do it. Because there was a point in my life where we didn't have hot water when I was younger, for like a short amount of time. And so I would take showers at school.
Yeah.
At the college or whatever. And listen, for anybody out there, if you need to take a shower and you're in college, go to the gym. Go to the gym. The water pressure in there is great. They got a shit ton of hot water. You go in, you have a good time, just getting clean, and then you go about your business. Yeah. That's how I was able to have hot water. Because, let me tell you something. A cold shower in the winter?
Nope.
That shit sucks. It's not fun. I mean, it's not any better in the summer.
But
you can kind of maneuver
it. A little bit, yeah.
I remember I'd jump in the shower. I'd be like, or I have to I gotta hype myself up. So I'm like, I have the shower curtain open, and I'd be like, all right, we got a game plan. Are we washing our hair today? No, we not. All right, here we go.
And then double dutching.
Yes. And then I'd just be like, 1, 2, and then, and making like, woo, woo, because you're so fucking cold. And then the worst is when you have to wash your back. When you have to wash your back, that's the worst part, because it's something about the cold water hitting your back. It's worse than the front. It's
really?
It is. Yes, because you turn around and then you kind of do one of these.
You clench it a little.
And then you're like.
Okay, if whoever is not watching on YouTube right now, please fast forward to this part. Because I need you to just get the image of Mel just like...
Listen, no, but it's a woo, you feel some type of way.
Fucking.
So let me tell you something. My whole body clean, 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I don't even know how you last that long.
I do. Woo, when you vocalize and you let it out, you're able to stay in there a little bit longer. Because I need more than 2 minutes to wash up. I got crevices and stuff. I gotta get in everywhere.
You gotta get in there.
You gotta get in there. So
every time I hear someone say something remotely close to that, that's all I think of. I just picture your face and I just hear, you gotta get in there. I'm like, oh my God. There's just certain things that you say that are quite memorable. So
I agree that you are the same.
Thank you.
You have some really funny quotes.
I am a meme.
You are a meme.
I am a meme.
Oh, man. But, yeah, so I can appreciate a hot shower. So when you talk, now that we're moving from grace to grateful, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of where my head goes, is when I show grace to myself, I then feel grateful for what I have and what I've done.
Yes.
And who I'm surrounded by.
Yeah.
And my work, my craft. I'm just grateful for my ability to breathe. And the one thing I will always be grateful for is a hot shower. It slaps every time. That's something that it just is great every time.
Yeah.
I get in there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy this water is hot. I'm so grateful for this hot water.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because a cold shower sucks. That shit sucks. And you can see how fucking determined I was, because I was like, I'm in school. Oh my God. So let me tell you this thing.
Yeah.
So the way that the showers were in the college that we went to, it was just one big ass room. So it was the locker room.
There was no privacy?
No.
Millard! How many...
Calm down. Give me a second, and I'll explain.
How many people were in there at once?
Nobody.
Okay. I was going to say, you brave, girl.
I know, right? But anyways, so this is what happens. There's a locker room, and then it just opens up to a big shower unit with maybe 6 showers or 4, and they had multiple spouts, multiple shower heads. They never turned the light on in the shower room part, but because it was open, the light would come in from the locker room.
That would scare the shit out of me.
No, it wasn't dark per se. It was lit, but it wasn't bright.
Like bright, yeah.
Yeah, you could still see. I could see every corner of that fucking. If you think I'm gonna be butt ass naked and fucking vulnerable in the dark, nah, bitch, that's not me. But everything was lit. I could keep an eye, and I remember this one time I was taking a shower, and I heard a voice, but I was chilling. And I was like, oh, there's somebody talking, whatever. So at one point, like, I hear the lady go, is that you? And I was like, I'm going to ignore this bitch and not say nothing. And then, and she just, this grown-ass woman just, like, walked into the shower to, like, peek in to see if, like.
It was that person.
Yeah. And then she just stood there looking at me. We made eye contact. She looking at me. I'm looking at her like.
And
like,
can I help you?
Because the other thing was I had to shave my legs, so she's looking at me. And I got the razor.
No,
I got the razor in my hand. I'm not gonna stop. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm not about to stop taking a shower to make this bitch feel fucking comfortable. I'm the one butt ass naked. But when I tell you the pause, it was so heavy. Like, she was there. We made eye contact for a good, 1, 2.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like,
y'all saw.
We had to have been looking at each other for at least 5 seconds. 5 long seconds.
Oh, no.
And then she, walked off. And that was it. She didn't even say sorry.
I mean, I can understand not saying sorry because it's a communal shower. But just how you not say sorry? How do you stare? Like that's my question. How do you fucking stare? Like it's not like oh sorry, and you
nothing, no remorse.
She literally
she looking at me. I'm looking at her like
yeah, you should.
What the fuck am I gonna do? I'm back to the corner. There's nowhere for me to go. I want to shave my legs.
Wait, yo. Oh my God. I'm just picturing this in my head and seeing your sassy head bob.
I was so annoyed.
With your fucking Bic razor.
I felt like she was judging me because I was taking a shower. But I'm like, it's a fucking shower.
It's a shower. Like, nah, you know what? She definitely was going there for a hookup.
You think?
She walks in.
She said, is that you? Why do you put that voice on?
Because it's what I picture.
Okay.
She comes in, she takes a little peek. It ain't that person. And I feel like if it was your friend, I don't know, just if it was your friend, you'd be like, oh, sorry. Actually, not. Even if it is someone that you're going to hook up with. Why the fuck you staring? But either way, I don't know. I just really do think that she was pissed because that's the vibe that I'm getting. She was about to get freaky deaky in a communal shower. And you, who were trying to use a communal shower.
I was just trying to do my thing, man. Let me tell you something. I had it hooked up, all right? I had a Ziploc bag. I would put my phone in, right? And I would play my Pandora. And then what I would do is, because that shower head it's got good pressure, but it don't got good range, right?
Okay.
So I would take the other shower head and I would turn it.
Yeah.
And so I could have
smart. Multiple angles, yeah.
And so it would be, and then I'd have way more. And I'm like, this feels better.
Yeah.
And then I would just take my shower and then I would dry up and then take my shit back to my car and then, and go to class, go to work.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's what I would do. So, but yeah, we made eye contact for a hot second, man.
That's awkward, bro.
And normally I feel like that would have made me cry. Or would have made me uncomfortable, but I was just pissed. Like I was in such a state, I was in such a mood, that I was like, how the fuck she don't apologize? Why the fuck you still looking at me? Why are we still making eye contact? Because if you think I'm about to just Start shaving my legs. Well, you just sit there analyzing. Like, no, that's not what I'm about to do either. So I was just pissed. I'm like, what the fuck? She hit a water on? Like, obviously there's somebody in here.
How would you feel if she, like, just decided to shower? Like, would you be okay with, after that interaction, her deciding to then use the shower? Or would you be pissed?
That's a really good question. I feel like the only thing that would determine whether or not I would stop my shower right then and there is what shower she picked.
I literally see that. That was going to be my follow-up.
If you pick my shower and you on the other side, nah. Not even the one that's right next to me. I want you on the other side, bitch.
Well, no, that's what I was going to say. Mm-hmm. That was going to be my follow-up question, was going to be like, what if she just parked herself right next to you?
I would have been so fucking uncomfortable, and that would have been a whole ass other story about how my anxiety made me so uncomfortable that I just, like, shaved half a leg, rinsed off, and fucking bounced.
Oh, shit.
And then just sat in my car until I saw her leave the building. Like, that's what I would have done. So, oh my God.
Wow. Yeah. That was, I didn't know, like, I obviously knew that you showered at the college, and you told me about, like, turning, like, you had a whole, like, setup and everything. I did not know that you locked eyes with someone while completely naked, Pena.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so that's what happened. What are you going to do, right? All right. Okay, so we are going to move on to our next segment, which is the Am I the Asshole? Boo-doo-boo.
Are you the A?
All right, here we go. Am I the asshole for announcing to my sexist stepfather that I'll not be sharing my college funds with my stepbrother? I had to repost due to technical problems. I, 18 female, found out a couple months ago that I got into my dream school early decision that happens to be an Ivy League. I was overjoyed, and my parents were happy for me too. We're not too well off, but my grandma saved up money for her only granddaughter, me, college fund, which is more than enough to fund my tuition. Now I have a stepbrother, Damon, she said this motherfucker's name, Damon, 19 male. He took a gap year, not really, and he is going to college too, but he's going to a college less costlier than mine. Honestly, he's only going to attend college because of his dad's insistent nagging. So recently my parents, moreover my stepdad, is bugging me about sharing my college funds with Damon. I don't want to, or else I'll have debt after graduation and it'll shatter all my financial planning after college. Last night at dinner was my breaking point when my stepfather asked again, and I said no. Then he said to my mom, well, anyway, Amaryllis is a girl. Why waste that much money on her college? I completely lost it. I yelled out, you know what? I've had enough. First of all, it is not even your money to decide what the fuck to do with it.
Yeah.
It's the money my grandmother left me for my college tuition.
For real.
Besides, my gender doesn't define my intelligence. I got into, enter college name, didn't I? Then Damon said I need to accept he's smarter with a grin. Now here's where I may have been the asshole. I said, at least I have plans and ambitions, unlike Damon, who told everyone he took a gap year when he actually failed. True. Stepfather and Damon stormed off and my mom called me an asshole. So Reddit, am I an asshole? Edit, thank you for everyone's kind words and support. I will keep the suggestions in the comments in mind. I'll post an update soon after a discussion with my family. Thanks again. Nope. Fuck that man. Damn. Fuck that guy. Like, fuck your stepbrother, your stepfather. And you know what? Your mom is a fucking asshole too. Because what the fuck?
Yeah, like,
how dare you allow somebody to talk to your kid like that?
Yeah.
Like, notice how she didn't step in until after she defended herself and said what she had to say about that. Yeah. But her mother was real quiet.
Yeah.
Like, when he pretty much said she was dumb.
Yeah.
Like, you're kidding, right?
Yeah. You know, I don't think so. Because also, too, like, if the stepbrother...
I'm going to look for an update while we doing. You talk.
Okay. I don't know what dynamic, if you're watching this, you had with your stepbrother, or she had with her stepbrother. Where maybe, like, they joke around like that, but wrong place, wrong time, buddy. If you guys do have that dynamic, and you can joke like that. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. That was a solid clapback. She laid that shit out.
Yeah, she did.
Laid that shit out. Because, like, again, like, if that's a dynamic that her and her stepbrother have, where he's like, well, I'm smarter than you, and they kind of just have that playful banter back and forth. Mm-hmm. That's great. That's fine. That's all well. But wrong place, wrong time. Like, don't say that shit as your father is harassing your stepsister about sharing her college funds, and then he makes a sexist comment.
It's so freaking
like, you're just antagonizing it at that point. Good for her for defending herself.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. I am looking right now through the comments to see if she
posted an update.
Hell yeah, I'm looking. And, like, the fact that she's thinking about the financial ramifications of not having her college tuition, like, covered. Because you know how many, I hear this, that there are, how many doctors and, like, surgeons are in debt because, and they're playing catch up.
Yep.
Because of all the all the student loans and all the debt that they've accumulated. Because you've got, how many years is it to be a doctor? 8, 10?
Something like that. I think
it's
8.
A long fucking time. Think about that. Going to some sort of Ivy League school. How much is even an Ivy League school a semester? Because I know NYU is like $50,000 a semester.
That's nuts.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, and I don't think NYU is Ivy League. It's just a really good college. But like, could you imagine? What if that shit's like $100,000 a semester or some shit like that? Fucking wild. I'm looking to see if she got a thing. But let me tell you something. Her family fucking sucks. And you know what? I'm very disappointed in her mother. Because how you just sit there and let somebody fucking, like, talk to your kid like that?
Yeah.
I would have been so proud of her. Like, you got into an amazing school and you're going to be financially set. Being a woman, that is such a wonderful and powerful place to fucking be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And for her to throw it away for what? For this shithead? Like...
Yeah, like, that's terrible. Not cool. That's not cool. The mom should have stepped in long before it got to that point.
Oh, shit. Okay. Hold on. My grandma directly put the money into my new account when I turned 18 because she knows her daughter, my mom, doesn't stand up for me. No one has access to it except me. Thank you for the advice. Because someone recommended that she call the bank immediately and, like, move the funds.
Yeah.
But... yeah, no, her grandma was smart. She was like, I can't do a damn thing with that kid of mine, but my granddaughter's going to do the thing. That's so freaking crazy. Yeah, everyone's saying the real problem is the person's mom. It's her mom.
Right?
Her mom is the fucking problem. That is absolutely terrible, but there is no update, unfortunately.
That's pretty terrible, too, that you have to keep it secure from your mother.
Right? 18.
Thank God.
Thank goodness that she's responsible.
Yeah.
Because could you imagine an 18-year-old, like, I don't know, with hundreds of thousands of dollars they only have access to? You have to really trust that kid. The grandmother really trusted her.
Yeah.
To give her that money. You know what I mean? And look at her. She's planning for the future, understanding that she's not going to have debt. Like, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But goddamn, it's a shame. No, honey, you're not the asshole. And congratulations.
Yeah.
That's some kick-ass shit, man. Hell yeah.
Congrats on getting into the college you like.
That's wonderful.
But she said the college of her dreams, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, dream school. On early decision. That's legit. They said, bitch, we want you. Like, that's wonderful. Yeah. I'm like, what kind of college essay did this bitch write? Something really good. Oh my God. I'm like, what's your SAT scores? But yeah, I'm really, and honestly, as well, like, all funny shit aside, I am sorry that your mother didn't defend you, because that's like, to not have a parent on your side like that in the household is really difficult.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, I could, like, she had to, you could tell by even the way she wrote this, a little bit is like you could tell she kind of had to grow up a little bit fast.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's a shame, but it's also a blessing because your mother would have blew that whole fucking thing because one, all right, it's the college, right? And then what if the stepfather's like, oh, but we need to renovate the house or what we want to do this or we want to do that. Like, I just feel like the stepfather's just looking at that shit and just like.
He's looking at that money.
Mm-hmm. Like, there's no saying, like, no. Like, even if you were to do that, which I am not telling you to do, I feel like your stepfather would just try to manipulate the situation even more to get you to give more money to your stepbrother and to eventually give them money. That's what I feel like. You know what I mean? Because if he's already talking about, like, that she's not smart and she don't even really need to go to college.
Sounds like he's trying to convince her to...
It's the whole, like
get rid of that and let him,
Yeah, exactly. Nah. Jesus, I'm so sorry. Go to this school, you kick ass, and then you get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Find a studio apartment. I know the studios are also still very expensive, but maybe you could find somebody who knows somebody that could hook you up with a reasonably priced apartment.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a fucking room. Because, like, I'm telling you, nothing feels better than peace of mind where you sleep.
Yeah.
All right. It is time for our affirmation.
'Tis time! Like Winifred says.
Huzzah!
Winifred doesn't say that.
I don't think so. Does she?
No.
Not huzzah, but she says
time. Not huzzah. Yeah, she says, 'tis time!
Oh, yes, I think so. Yeah. All right.
All right, so now... That was a terrible accent. So now... So now... That was funny. So now... There we go. A little bit better.
It sounds like you're getting ready to swallow it.
Now... Wait, have you heard the joke? It's like what the DJ name his son, and he's like Eric. Fucking love it.
You know
Eric.
what? I've heard that one.
Eric.
It was in somewhere in my mind that I pushed back, and then you just said, "Come here."
Slip that shit right up.
Come here. Get in there.
Get in there. You gotta get in there. All right. It is time for us to move on to the next segment, which is our affirmations. So, as per usual, we hope that this affirmation finds you well, healthy, happy, and if not, you can do this and you can make it through, and this is all a part of your path to make you stronger. Hang in there. So our affirmation for today is, I have unlimited creativity and the ability to create something meaningful.
Yeah.
So, I agree. I think that everyone has that capability. And if you don't think so, you're wrong. And keep doing your best with your healing journey. And also, too, like, send us an email. Comment on our page. Just be like, oh my gosh, what's your advice on this? Or not even for advice. Like, if you just feel upset, comment.
So if you hit the link in our on our Instagram bio, there will be a email where we will be taking your stories and giving advice and whatnot.
You can find us on Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, you know this already. So please, what is it you could do on Spotify? You could follow now.
Yes, you can follow us. I believe you can also put a notification.
Yeah.
So when we submit a new episode, you should be able to get a notification that a new ep is up. Yes. And then if you could give us a rating, that would be wonderful. 5 stars, preferably. Would be very nice because it bring us up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, subscribe to the YouTube. Look at our beautiful faces. Comment on our videos. We love to hear from you guys. Even if it's just to make fun of the things that we are already making fun of, including each other. Yes, we've got a TikTok. And we've got Instagram. So if you check us out, we are Talk Your Shift on all platforms that were mentioned.
We can't forget to perform a roundhouse kick on the like button if you are watching on YouTube, and if you're not watching on YouTube, get a YouTube and do that.
Yes. Also, quick shout out to Christina.
Yes.
For letting us use her space to film.
Mm-hmm.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. She
VIP. I don't even know what GOAT means.
Greatest of all time.
Oh, that's what that means. I don't know. I knew it was something like, VIP or whatever.
Well, you're not entirely wrong with VIP.
It's like it's a very important person. And what's the GOAT? Greatest what?
Greatest of all time.
Okay, got it. All right.
Also, before we forget, Mellard over here has been kicking ass, and she has been going crazy with editing and just taking care of everything and researching and learning how to be all techie and pretty much coming for Steve Jobs. But anyway.
My husband definitely helped with a lot of this. You just got to show me what to do. I don't understand all of it, but once you show me kind of what to do, I can do the thing. But thank you. I'll take the compliment.
And she has also been setting up a Patreon.
Yes. So we are going to be setting up a Patreon soon. Very excited. It's going to be behind the scenes footage, an extra episode, just a couple of benefits that we'll just let you know, little tidbits. And then when it's official, we will definitely be promoting and letting you guys know when to follow us.
Hope so.
So thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.